Chapter 15 Purushottam Yoga, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Hard is the form of God to know if one intends his wisdom. Behold the Supreme Soul in Lord Krishna's form. The Eternal Supreme Person created this entire universe, present in form of soul, but bound according to one's works. In the shape of vast banyan tree, the Gita depicts the world, having its roots up, big boughs spread around downward. Its branches shoot upwards too, and sink to the earth. Its leaves are hymns of the Vedas, which whisper truth. Its hanging rootlets find soil in the senses and strengthen. Three qualities in different degree form the nature of man. The tree has utter darkness beneath, devoid of dawn it seems. Soul is imprisoned herein, no exit appears by any means. Without the rays of wisdom, one remains ever in darkness, spurred by senses, bound by ever-tightening chain of works. There is one way alone. The tree with its twigs must be cut. Like sunlight then, supreme effulgence of God one sees up. Infinite Brahm shines beyond, in the sky as the bright sun. He is called Purushottam, the creator of the creation. The tree can be chopped by the hard axe of detachment alone. No other weapon works here. The hardest tree it is known. One must get out of the darkness and determine the destination from where one never returns, attains salvation. Eternal Person, the Supreme Soul thus appears. Creator of the entire creation he is, and he alone bears. Pandit said, this context makes concept of the creation clear. The world is truly like the thick tree. Deep darkness persists here. One who chops the tree down attains enlightenment. My Lord, how one gets the hard axe of detachment. O Lord Yogeshwar, dispel my doubt, please instruct. Shri Prabhuji said, listen carefully, Lord reveals the secret. He alone gets that weapon, rules of yoga who follows. 6 qualities Lord told, devotee succeeds with those. Free of pride, dispassionate, thus who always dwell, without any attachment, free of all dualities as well. Constantly in yoga ever, without any desire who serve. Undoubtedly, friend dear, the sight of God they deserve. Deserving person alone beholds the form of Brahma. He alone becomes wise, attains his wonderful wisdom. Vyas composed the Gita, divine wisdom herein we find. Pandit heard and said, I have a question in my mind. Pandit said, O Lord, tell me of Brahma, his qualities I shall hear. Shri Prabhuji said, the wisdom Gita imparts, not found elsewhere. In my view, no such scripture in the world exists that has emanated from God's own lotus lips. Qualities of God Krishna described, nay, of his own self. God himself is the light, not lit by sun or anything else. Attaining that supreme state, Never to the world one returns. Fraction of the Supreme Soul, in the form of soul here comes, and draws the senses to the nature which belong. When the soul leaves the body, it carries the senses along. As wind sweeps smell with it, in a new body the soul sets, with the same senses, thus forms chain of many births. The wise endeavoring yogis behold it going and coming. Untaught, unendeavoring, and misinformed see nothing. Form of God that upholds the universe, soul is the name. The sun, the moon, and flame all shine by the same. The fact one must be sure of, in all the senses soul dwells, enjoys the objects of hearing, touch, taste, sight, and smell. Produce of the earth, plants, herbs, and minerals all. Whatever grows up, only due to radiance of the soul. Incoming and outgoing breaths in the body that flow, all move owing to the soul alone. Let everyone know. Soul is the fraction of God. Purushottam He is. Equally dwelling in all beings, one must recognize. God dwells in the hearts of all beings. By Him evolves all wisdom. The Vedas eloquently explain, call Him Purushottam. Two persons' nature consists of imperishable and perishable. All the beings are perishable, but soul is imperishable. Higher than the perishable, beyond the imperishable even, called Purushottam. To know Him is the entire wisdom. The Supreme Person He is, the One Lord of all creatures, pervading the three worlds, eulogized in all scriptures. Those who see God thus, they attain His wisdom and worship Him wholeheartedly, always dwell in devotion. This is the profoundest wisdom the Gita here shows. All who heed this divine lore, fortunate are those. About soul and God Pandit learnt, broadened his vision, thanked Shri Prabhuji for clarifying the supreme wisdom. But why at times yogis too fail to see God? Pandit said. Shri Prabhuji said, the Gita answers it in the next chapter ahead. Thus ends the Upanishad of the celestial song, the knowledge of God realization, the scripture of Yoga, the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, named Purushottam Yoga, the Yoga of the Supreme Person.